passes with Abdul Fattah on the right, spreads the play to Fars, who helps it on to Christiansen. 0-0, Matt Piper.
Wow, what a start. It's already got a lot more energy and urgency about the performance. Maybe it's the crowd that's got the team lifted. Doing things a lot more sharper than we've seen through pre-season.
When we were in the lift on the way up, Matt Piper, when we first arrived at King Power Stadium this evening, as Vicario dribbles the ball around Bobby Decordova-Reid, someone in the lift said to us, I want to see survival football, not possession football this season. And I wonder whether what you've seen so far is maybe an element of that.
I think it has to be. I understand what that person was saying in the lift. I think it has to be an element of the two. I think at times you have to keep the ball, you have to be brave, you have to try and play, even in deep positions. I don't think we need to overdo it. Getting back into the Premier League.
Indeed, it leaves Sarr in a heap. Right-hand side, advantage played by referee Chris Kavanagh, and now it's with Mickey van der Ven at left central defence, midway inside his own half for Tottenham Hotspur. Now with goalkeeper Vicario inside his penalty area in all yellow. Tottenham Hotspur brought a strong 3,000 contingent in the away end between the family stand and the east stand. And it is Spurs in possession down the left-hand side with Heung-min Son. Maddison was waiting, lurking.
It's a good shape at the minute from Leicester.
Here is Dominic Solanke, brings it under control. Yannick Vestergaard came piling through the back of him, and that will be a free kick. Maybe 15 yards or so inside the Leicester City half, inside right channel for Spurs. Taken quickly by Bentancur. It's now with Udogie and Heung-min Son on that far side.
Well, that was unusual from Vestergaard. He's not normally over-aggressive, didn't need to be really in that kind of area. Solanke was taking a touch back towards Winks and indeed it.
Well, here is Heung-min Son, great ball by Vicky van der Ven, takes a swing for a cross off of James Justin and out for the first corner of the game, which goes Spurs' way.
Yeah, well, he had too much space out there. Little talk between JJ and Fatawu on who should have been out there quicker.
Maddison to take this corner nearly 4 minutes in, left-hand side, right-footed, in swinger. Maddison towards the back post, good ball looking for Solanke, headed away by Leicester. Pedro Porro brings it under control, and now with Heung-min Son on the left-hand side for Tottenham, rolls the ball back to Destiny Udogie. Bentancur inside the centre circle. Udogie and Heung-min Son combine once more with Maddison wide left as Spurs try and find a way through this pretty low block from Leicester here.
Yeah, there's no, once Tottenham have good control of the ball, there's no press. I agree with that, just resting in a structure, protecting the back line. Good shape at the minute though.
Under rainy skies here tonight at King Power Stadium. Really heavy. This is not first day of the season weather by any stretch of anyone's imagination. The rain really pouring and swirling around as the green and red lights of a drone just flicker above the east stand.
Maddison getting a little bit of a boo there.
Yeah, I think he was getting a little bit more than a boo when he was taking the corner on the far side a few moments ago as former Spurs man Harry Winks picks it up in midfield. Here is Wilfred Ndidi, slide tackle by Brennan Johnson, and now here comes Spurs with Solanke inside left channel, 25 yards out. Heung-min Son on the corner of the box, left hand side into the area, quick feet, gets to the byline. Will he pull it back? He's forced backwards by James Justin and Abdul Fattah, who wins a corner off of the latter. 0-0 it remains, 5.5 minutes on the clock.
Well, super defended from James Justin. One of the hardest things in the Premier League. Heung-min Son gets the ball, starts backing you up into your own penalty area, throwing 3, 4, 5 step overs in. A lot of players just fall over. He stood up to it, made him go back out towards the corner flag. Good defended.
Corner ball whips in into the near post. Corner headed up, and then it's flicked away on the goal line with a Brilliant saving effort, and another big striker goal here, saved away by Mats Hemmingsen. Leicester need to get their foot on the ball here as Decordova-Reid tries to find Buonanotte down the left-hand side. Will Buonanotte be able to shove into Mickey van der Ven? He does, but only back as far as Vicario. Two big chances there for Tottenham Hotspur, 0-0, 6 minutes played.
Well, it's an incredible save off the line from Wilfred Ndidi. Threw his body back towards the goal, kicked it back over his head. A flying scissor kick. It's a brilliant goal-saving challenge from him. And then a good save from Hermansen. Brennan Johnson volleyed one towards his far top corner. Quite close to him. It's still a good save though.
James Maddison, halfway line, whips one to Brennan Johnson, level with the 18-yard box on the right-hand side. Pape Matar is able to win a corner off of Wout Faes, so that will be Spurs' third corner of the game to be taken from this near side, 0-0.
Yeah, well, I think Steve Cooper would have expected this. It's all Spurs at the minute. You know, the pressure that they're putting on our goal. Plenty of corners, plenty of play in and around the 18-yard box. We have to stand up to it.
Maddison takes the corner short to Porro. Back to Hyun-Min Song, inside right channel, delivers left-footed. Good ball in towards the area, diving header only as far as Mads Hemmingsen. As Dominic Solanke arriving at the back post with a brilliant run. There looked like there might have been a hint of offside in it, but the flag stayed down, Matt Piper, 0-0.
Yeah, no, he put his flag up. Eventually the ref told him to put it back down because Hermansen had it safely in his hands. It did go up very late though.
Decordova-Reid and Buonanotte combining. Nutmeg by Leicester's Argentine. Down the left-hand side is Victor Christiansen. Buonanotte was fouled in the process. Christiansen's ball was really poor looking for Decordova-Reid, and he's just been played around as the ball is lifted forward by Brennan Johnson. The chest of Wout Faes is first to meet it. He finds Buonanotte in the middle once more, the 19-year-old.
Well, 19 and the coolest man in the stadium. Taking the ball in pressure against Spurs is not the easiest thing to do. He does it, looks like he's down Vicky Park. That's a good sign from the youngster. A good start to the game for him.
Just looked so easy, didn't it, for Buonanotte in the middle there.
Well, that's what you like to see. I mean, them butterflies and nerves will be rolling around in his stomach, but can you still, you know, take the ball, want the ball, do all your little tricks and skills when you get it? He's done that. He's already delighted the crowd with a little nutmeg.
Things like that are why at 19 years of age he's got 2 Argentina caps. Maddison and Justin race away, only one winner in that race, and it is the Leicester man, and Leicester have it with Ndidi, corner of his box. Puts Fatawu in a little bit of trouble here. James Justin leaves Maddison on the floor, then gives it away to Hyun-Min Song. Ball played into Maddison on the edge of the area, in towards Brennan Johnson. And Leicester eventually hook it away from Abdul Fatawu. Jamie Vardy racing after it, but I know we saw the comments pipes from Steve Cooper pre-match that Jamie Vardy wasn't comfortable with there being no first-team striker, but does he look up to full speed to you at this stage?
Well, it's hard to tell. I think Vardy always starts the season quite slowly, and every year you seem to ask the question, especially in the last 2 or 3 of the Premier League, you always seem to ask the question, is this the year that his sort of legs have gone a little bit and his pace has gone? So you're always posing that question at the start of a Premier League season. I mean, that's exactly what it looks like today. 3 or 4 years ago, Jamie Vardy would have sprinted after that ball. He just left it from the clearance, but is it because he's getting older or he's not 100% fit? We don't know.
Maddison finds Son inside the area on the byline, pulls it across, hits Vestergaard out for another corner. That would be Spurs' 4th corner of the game.
You just can't. I mean, lots of these Leicester players have played with James Maddison. You can't give him that sort of space and room. Someone's got to get a lot closer to him.
Maddison will take the corner on the left-hand side. Right-footed, in-swinger, in front of the Kop, delivers in towards the area, flicked on at the near post, goes all the way through, out for another corner for Tottenham Hotspur, I should say. Their 5th of the game, 0-0, 10.5 played.
You're just hoping it can get to that point where the game settles a little bit and Leicester haven't conceded, because it is all Spurs at the minute. Seen a couple of nice touches from Buonanotte.
Corner taken short to Porro, delivers into the area, header towards goal and headed wide. Christian Romero with the header inside the penalty area, headed wide of Mads Hermansen's post. 11 minutes played. Leicester 0, Tottenham Hotspur 0 on match day 1 in the Premier League.
Wow. Oh my word.
Leicester almost gifting Tottenham an opener there. Mads Hermansen quick to react off his line as the ball is launched over the top. And Abdul Fatawu has something to chase here against Udogie on that far side. It hits Fatawu, goes out of play. He wants a throw in. The assistant referee gives it the other way. And Fatawu is screaming in the assistant referee's face to no avail. 0-0.
Well, just going back to that incident a moment ago, I mean, you're looking at it, you're thinking, do not play out against that. Spurs had 6, 7 players in the front line. They're waiting for Leicester to make a mistake. You have to go over the top of that. I know Steve Cooper's trying to, coach his team to play out, and it's probably a slightly different way to what Enzo had, but when it's that packed in the front line, you've just got to play over the top of it.
So much space here for Sarr, who switches the play to Son. He's got an overlapping run onto his right foot into the area, pulled across, looking for Solanke, and Solanke goes down, goal kick given. James Maddison in all sorts of space inside the penalty area, pulled it across, kind of almost too quickly. Solanke couldn't adjust his feet. It bobbles wide, 12.5 gone, 0-0. The Spurs on top here.
Massively. 3, 4, 5 chances so far. We're only 12 minutes in, 3, 4 corners, and we play short again.
Hermansen this time does look long. Mickey van der Ven brings it under control though on the left-hand side and ventures forward midway inside Leicester territory. Thought about a run-in against Justin, gets brought down for Fatawu, the aggressor. Mickey van der Ven allowed to just travel a quarter of the pitch there, more than step inside and win a free kick.
He's a top player, Van der Ven. He is higher in the pitch, he's deeper in the pitch, really good defender, but he's also got good feet. Came inside for Fatawu, took the pressure on his back foot, just went down under it. Maddison over the free kick.
The Netherlands international won the free kick. The England international going to take it in massive rainfall here. Maddison towards the edge of the area, not a great ball, cleared away on the edge of the box. It's going to be picked up here by Pedro Porro. Delivers into the area, headed by Solanke, a goal and saved by Hermansen on his line. He's picking up too many spaces in there for Steve Cooper's liking, Dominic Solanke. And that is the kind of run that got him 19 goals last season for Bournemouth, and why he commanded £65 million this summer. 0-0. Mads Hermansen drops the ball, waits for the press, launches it forward, and Deco Devereed brings it under control well. It's a strong challenge from Rodrigo Bentancur in the midfield. So throw in Leicester, Victor Christiansen, ball in hand.
Well, that's what he has to do, Manson. He doesn't have to smash it long and try and get it over the back line of Spurs, but he has to go over that initial press, get it into that second phase. Great touch from Deco Devereed.
Yeah, just jumped in the air, didn't he, and was able to pull it out of the sky. Yannick Vestergaard, a little bit of a loose touch, but Cook does well to recover and break a line to find Ndidi, whose pass is poor to find Christiansen. He pulls back Pedro Porro, who stepped into the ball. So free kick, 7 yards or so inside Tottenham's half, inside right channel.
Ndidi needs to wake up a little bit. There's 2 or 3 times he's got the ball away already. Easy pass that out to Christiansen. Put it too near Porro.
Here is Mickey van der Ven into Destiny Udogie. Son is able to find James Maddison, gets pushed over here by Buonanotte. Referee says play on, and now Leicester, can they attack with Fatawu? Delivers left-footed towards Bobby Deco-Devereed, who picks it up left-hand side of the penalty area. Onto his right foot, steps inside, lays it back, looking for Christiansen, but ball was nowhere near it, really. And Leicester have to recycle here with Justin into Buonanotte once more. Play a neat 1-2 with the Argentine in possession. Tries to nutmeg his man. Ball taken off him inside the Tottenham penalty area by Rodrigo Bentancur. But Leicester have themselves a throw-in on the far side, level with the 18-yard box.
Well, he's done really well there. Buonanotte. First touch was a little heavy, so it gave it away, but then chased after it. Won it back off Bentancur, won the throw-in.
16.5 minutes played. It's 0-0 on the opening day of the Premier League season as Abdul Fattah who gives the ball away. Son bursting forward. He's held up in the midfield by Harry Winks, who does a brilliant job in there. Harry Winks showing his Premier League quality, brings him down. So free kick Spurs midway inside their own half on the left-hand side. 0-0 it remains.
Game's settled a little bit, hasn't it? That's 3 or 4 minutes. Leicester still have a good shape. And when you're under that much pressure, you wouldn't want to play out with 6-7 Tottenham players in the front line.
Including this one in Brennan Johnson. Picks it up in the area, pulls it across, hits Wout fast, and goes out of play for another Tottenham Hotspur corner. That is their 6th of the game. 0-0. Maddison over to take it. Looking for his first assist of the season whilst at Leicester. He got 39 of those in 5 years. So this will be taken right-footed. Out swinger, left arm in the air. Maddison, long sleeves, delivers right-footed. Good ball in towards the penalty area. Falls edge of the box to Son, left-footed. Takes a nick on his way through and goes out of play for another corner. This time, Spurs 7th of the game, and Maddison trots over to deliver what we expect will be another dangerous ball into Leicester's penalty area. 0-0.
Well, I was a little worried as the ball was coming in from Maddison. Son was standing on the edge of the penalty area on his own.
Taken quickly to Son by Maddison. Here is Pedro Porro. Backwards to Son, who's level with the edge of the penalty area. Beats Facundo Buonanotte, delivers left-footed. It's far too heavy though. Goes out of play for a goal kick. Wasn't able to quite get the trajectory on that one that he wanted. Heung-min Son, the Spurs captain. 18.5 minutes on the clock. Leicester have, I think it's probably fair to say, Matt Piper at this point, survived.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, what is it now? 7 corners, 8 corners. Spurs have got into some real dangerous areas. Sometimes unchallenged. I think Hermansen's made one big save. Indeed he's cleared one off the line. We're 18 minutes in and we haven't had a strike at Vicario's goal yet. That's poor.
Hermansen, poor delivery. Bentancur is able to find Maddison. Now with Brennan Johnson, corner of the box on the right. Pulls it back into Maddison inside the area, who tries to find Solanke. He and Vestergaard both tussling for the ball. Played by Hermansen. 19 minutes played, 0-0.
Well, Steve Cooper also keeps turning around to his bench with his arms wide open. Looks cutting a real frustrated figure down there. I think it's because Hermansen doesn't know whether to go long or try and play out. He has to play out.
And that is exactly what he was, I guess, brought into the football club to do, wasn't he, under Enzo Maresca?
It doesn't mean that you have to play out and keep it short around the penalty area. You can just chip it over the front line.
Abdul Fattah wins a free kick inside right channel. Midway into Spurs territory, was brought down by Destiny Udogie. James Maddison protested to the referee, but I think it was a foul.
Well, he's already finding out in the opening 20 minutes for Tau how much more difficult it is to take on your fullback in the Premier League. It's the worst feeling in the world, you know. Sometimes you drop your shoulder and the fullback's already there in the Premier League. It just takes it off you. I remember Ashley Cole said to me in one game, he said, mate, those kind of tricks don't work on me. And I was like, I felt like giving up football, seriously.
Free kick Leicester. Winks plays it short to Decordova-Reid, lifts it towards Vestergaard. It's not heavy enough and is able to be cleared by Christian Romero at the back post, out for a Leicester throw-in on the right-hand side, level with the edge of the D. 21 minutes played, 0-0. You're listening to BBC Radio Leicester. Former Foxes winger Matt Piper joining us on commentary duty tonight for match day 1 in the Championship. Here is Buonanotte, delivers left-footed towards Bobby Decordova-Reid. A little too heavy. Good idea by Buonanotte. Lifted towards the back post. Too heavy. Goal kick, 0-0.
Right, and an attacking aspect has been our best player so far. So some really nice touches. Quite intelligent with his movement.
Can Leicester find a little bit of intensity and a little bit of momentum here with Decordova-Reid? Runs into trouble from Brennan Johnson. Indeed, he wins it back. The referee gives a free kick against Wilfred Ndidi, I think for a pull on the shoulder. It's a little soft, though, it has to be said, from Chris Kavanagh. 22 minutes played, 0-0. The last time that Leicester City met Tottenham in any form of competition was back on the 11th of February last year. So long ball comes forward into Heung-min Song. May fall to Bentancur, edge of the area. One striker goal cleared away by Leicester. Will it be? Fatawu back to goal, needs to be careful here. Beats Son for pace. Still got Son for company though. Right-footed lifts it forward. Mickey van der Ven and Vardy tussling away, but it's the Spurs man who comes away with it. But the last time they did meet here, Pipes, it was Leicester's biggest ever win over Spurs. A 4-1 victory, goals from Mendy, Maddison, Iheanacho and Barnes. Leicester relegated 3 months later.
Yeah. I mean, we thought that was the turnaround, didn't we, to that season. It was a brilliant performance.
Here comes Spurs into the area. Matassar makes a bit of a mess of his cross. Fast finds Ndidi, who takes a touch, composed, lifts it forward. The 11 on that day, by the way: Ward, Castagna, Fast, Suter, Christiansen, Mendy, KDH, Maddison, Tete, Barnes, Iheanacho. Only 4 of those still at the club, including Harry Suter, who's out on loan. Down the left-hand side, Spurs trying to create once more with Udogie, level with the edge of the 6-yard box. 23.5 minutes played, 0-0 here at King Power Stadium. Christian Romero in possession on the edge of the centre circle. Maddison in towards the penalty area, picks it back up with a neat 1-2, steps in onto his right foot, delivers towards the back post. Christiansen heads away. It's going to be picked up again by James Maddison on that far side, twisting, turning. Fatawu leaves him in a heap, much to the pleasure of the Leicester fans in that corner. Buonanotte dispossessed by Udogie. Down the left-hand side, Fatawu battling once more, and out of play goes for a Spurs throw-in, level with the edge of Leicester's penalty area on the left.
Yeah, the only thing you worry about is how much defending we're doing. The lack of control we have in the game. You know, shuffling positions, following runners is so energy-sapping for these Leicester players. When they get it in a deep position, they just look really tired already. We're only 25 minutes in.
It was something that Steve Cooper was not pleased about last time out against Racing Club Lens. Told us, he said, that there is far too much defending being done and not enough quality on the ball when they were able to pick it up, and it does look like a bit of a familiar story here, Pipes. Down the left-hand side, Udogie, low ball into the penalty area, and Ndidi under control, is able to find Winks, has to turn and spin and clear it away. Bentancur and Vardy. It's Vardy who comes away with it to find Buonanotte in between 1, 2, 3. Not makes another man to find Jamie Vardy. Down the left-hand side, he's able to find Victor Christiansen. Will he beat Porro? No. It's a brilliant tackle, from Brennan Johnson. Victor Christiansen really didn't fancy it in the end. Johnson slips over. Christiansen wins the free kick as he played it inside, and Johnson tripped him. 25.5 gone, 0-0. And Victor Christiansen still, even though this is over a year and a half on pipes. I just feel like he's maybe still settling into a Leicester City shirt.
Yeah, I mean, he's been out on loan, hasn't he?
Yeah, he was at Bologna last season.
Bologna last season. It's a real tough night for him. Someone like Brennan Johnson. But did well to win the free kick there. It was a lovely move between Vardy and Buonanotte.
He picked up his second nutmegs of the evening, Buonanotte, and he helps Wilfred Ndidi win this ball back here. Decordova-Reid
So poor.
sends it into the middle for Buonanotte, but as Matt Piper alludes to, really poor pass. Ndidi losing possession. And the shout from in front of us is get it gone quicker.
Yeah, I mean, you're not going to have any time against the top teams in the Premier League. That's the huge difference, I think, with Championship football. Maybe these players are a little too used to the pace of the Championship.
Here comes Son into Udogie inside the area. Back to Son, getting on the reverse pass, goes to the byline, pulls it across. Vestergaard's there to clear it away. Only as far as Udogie. Fatawu wins the ball. Spurs half-hearted appeals of a penalty. The clearance forward is only as far as Van der Ven, who's able to head it to Maddison, who had to sprint to keep it in play down the left-hand side. Son, Udogie, now Maddison once more. Midway inside Leicester's territory. Walks forward. Spurs move the ball from left to right now with Romero, who has to roll it all the way back to Vicario. And Leicester can afford to take a few more breaths and advance the pitch by 5 yards. Ndidi wins this back here for Leicester from a deflection. Winks breaks the line to find Buonanotte. Vitaly waited for it, as is Vardy. Vardy has played the ball, tried to lay it off first time to Decordova-Reid, but didn't quite get the pass right. It rolls all the way through to the Spurs keeper, Vicario, and they will recycle possession once more. Nearly 28 minutes played, it's 0-0.
Yeah, I thought Decordova-Reid was a little too deep for that intended pass from Vardy. Even if it was a good one, I don't think he would have ever got there. Buonanotte fired it into Vardy. I think that's one you have to take yourself, retain the ball and wait for others to get up the pitch. It's a real struggle at the minute.
It is, and Spurs are just finding players all over the place. Outside of the boot, pass by Maddison to find Son. Corner of the box on the left, back to Maddison, delivers into the area. Header at the near post and into the back of the net. And it's Pedro Porro who made the run from right back to striker with a glancing header to flick home. And the Spanish international scores Spurs' first goal of the season in the 29th minute. Leicester 0, Tottenham 1.
Well, we were saying it earlier. Too much space, too much time for someone like Maddison. Winks tries to get out to him, just can't get there. He's a magician with that right foot. He's basically picked Pedro Porro's run out, put it right on his head. Decordova-Reid not close enough. Just angles his neck and flicks it towards the far corner. Hermansen no chance, skids off the wet grass, flies into the far corner.
And Leicester find themselves a goal down. Inside half an hour here at King Power Stadium. And Tottenham good for their goal as well. They've been the better side in this game. Half an hour on the clock. Leicester 0, Tottenham 1 here on BBC Radio Leicester Sport.
Maddison's been basically running the show. Some of the real intricate balls played into the box. There's another one there. Good finish from Porro. He didn't have to do much. It was all about the ball.
Yeah, he made a brilliant run, hadn't he, from right back. into kind of the left-hand side near post to head this home. Well, for a second, Pipes, I was thinking, that's Pedro Porro, but he shouldn't be there. Delivery from a free kick given away by Farsan Solanke is to no one, but James Justin has to hook it away for a throw-in under pressure from Son on the left-hand side for Tottenham Hotspur. Just joining us, Pedro Porro has opened the scoring for Tottenham on match day 1 for Leicester here at King Power Stadium. Brilliant ball from Maddison. Porro header into the bottom corner. 31 minutes played. Leicester 0, Spurs 1, and now the away side have another chance to load the penalty area after a free kick was given for a foul on James Maddison by Wilfred Ndidi. Vardy protesting his case.
Yeah, it looked like he came through the back of him. A good challenge, actually. Seeing it again, Maddison is sort of turned into Ndidi's leg, but it will be James Maddison over it. I can't see him chipping this up to the back post.
Normally when those challenges happen, Pipes, I go, good challenge, and you say, I can't believe you say that's a good challenge. That's why I was waiting for your assessment, but I'm glad we're in agreement there. Maybe slightly harsh on Wilfred Ndidi. 32 minutes played. Free kick, 25 yards out in prime Maddison territory, really. Inside left channel, and he stood over it, right-footed, lifts it towards the back post, header across by Brennan Johnson. It was a volley in the end. Looked like he was going with his head, decided to let it drop, drilled it across the 6-yard box in no man's land. Everyone left it. Goal kick Leicester, and they're lucky not to be a second down here after 32 and a half minutes.
Well, I think the Leicester backline and Maddison are on the same thought process as me, thinking Maddison's over this, is definitely going to have a shot at goal, because no one followed Brendan Johnson around the back. Probably chose the wrong option in the end. He tried to flash it across the box, maybe going for that far corner. If he caressed it, there was a number of Spurs players in there that would have had a tap in.
Low goal kick from Hermansen. He's flicked on by a number of players. Buonanotte jumping into his man. Referee says play on, and now it's Fatawu down the right-hand side. Beats Udogie first time. He's then beaten the second time. Udogie stepping on the ball and just taking it away from Leicester's Ghanaian winger.
And this would be, this would be great for Fatawu. A game of this magnitude against a defender like Udogie tonight, because he'll understand he'll have to change his game up a little bit. It isn't like the Championship anymore. You can't drop a shoulder and go by 1, 2, 3. You can, but you've got to bring a different, pace to the way that you do it. You've got to be a little more intelligent on the ball. But this would be good for him, because he'll have to understand that quickly, and it'll make him a better player.
And it feels like as well, Pipes, and you will know this far better than I ever could, but it feels like half a second quicker is a key aspect of that as well. You've got to be intelligent, but you have to do it even quicker than you were doing things last season.
Exactly. And when you have a thought in your head, oh, that might be good to try that, you have to do it immediately. You can't ponder on the thought, otherwise the ball in the Premier League gets taken off you.
Fast breaking through 3 Spurs men, eventually has it taken off him. It's lifted out of play by Christian Romero, out for a Leicester City throw-in for Victor Christian to take 15 yards inside his own half on the left-hand side. We've got just over 10 minutes to go until half-time. Tottenham winning here by a 1-0, courtesy of a Pedro Porro header. Victor Christiansen has just committed foul throw of the day and gets away with it. And Leicester, through Vestergaard, able to find James Justin bursting over the halfway line. Here is Abdul Fatawu. Will he be able to beat Udogie this time? Delivers right-footed into the area and taken by Vicario inside his 6-yard box. 1-0, Spurs remain in the lead, 10 to go until half-time.
It's better. A little too close to Vicario, but it's better. See how he's already trying to do things a little quicker. From Udogie taking the ball off him, gets it out of his feet and whips it into the penalty area.
Dominic Solanke volleys the ball out of play, looking to find Sarr in the midfield. So Leicester have a throw in, and then Sarr goes straight through Decordova-Reid. Fair challenge, says the referee. It was both players jumping, but Sarr is probably a good foot taller than Decordova-Reid. Long ball by Force over the top, looking for Vardy. Gets the right side of Romero. Vicario out his goal, cleared away. Decordova-Reid picks it up on the volley. Big volley out of play for a goal kick. It was the right idea in the end from Bobby Decordova-Reid. Vicario was on his chest, 25 yards out his goal from the header away, but the volley from Leicester's Jamaican international had nowhere near the accuracy or power required. 1-0 Spurs, remaining in the lead, 9 to go till the break.
Yeah, it would have helped him if he could have volleyed it immediately after chesting it. A lot easier to control. Tried the half volley, got nowhere near it really. Better.
It is by Christiansen, who breaks the line to find Harry Winks in midfield. Buonanotte made a really good run. Winks didn't see him. Now with Fatawu on the right-hand side, steps into Ndidi, lets him run. Buonanotte didn't follow, and now here comes the counter-attack from Spurs with Maddison. First time round the corner. It's an outstanding ball from the former Leicester man to find Son. Maddison will get it back here inside the penalty area, running at Harry Winks, gets to the byline, brilliant play, pulls it across, Hermansen saves, and Bobby Decordova-Reid able to hook it clear. And Spurs will recycle with Romero and Bentancur in midfield. But Maddison showing all the qualities of why Spurs decided to pay 40 million quid for him last summer.
In the current market, really, I know his contract was running down at Leicester, but absolute snip for someone like him. He's been the best player on the pitch, created their goal, created numerous other chances.
Jamie Vardy leaves the Spurs midfielder Pathé Matar in a heap on the floor with a slide challenge to Leicester fans. Pleasing. There is 7 minutes to go until half-time. Maddison fires the ball into Son. He's tackled by Fatawu. Now Fatawu tries to break forward, nutmegs his man into Buonanotte. Buonanotte bursts past one, bursts past two, holds it halfway line, is then eventually tackled. It was Bentancur who was getting himself back there. He's managed to drag a leg through and take it off of Buonanotte. Shown signs of promise.
Yeah, I mean, he's getting a bit away a couple of times, but I think he's been good. Buonanotte, what he's shown us so far.
6.5 to go until half-time here on BBC Radio Leicester Sport. Former Foxes winger Matt Piper joining us on commentary duty tonight. Christiansen gives away a throw-in on this near side against Brennan Johnson. Pedro Porro has the ball in hand. Takes it to Johnson, lays it back to Spurs goal scorer in this game. Sends it inside where Mickey van der Ven, the Dutch international, able to bring it under control on the edge of the centre circle, dead centre. Maddison dropping deep this time to collect it from van der Ven to find Porro. Johnson, former Forest man who played under Steve Cooper at Forest, was a key figure in helping them get to the Premier League and of course staying there. Son on the left, Neville with the edge of the 18-yard box, has to roll the ball backwards with his right foot to Van der Ven, who, little pedestrian here, Van der Ven into Bentancur. Now Sarr. And all the noise coming from the Spurs fans in that far corner. So far, so good from their side. They've watched them really dominate 90-95% of the game so far, but Leicester have got this back here with Buonanotte. Will he be fouled by Udogie? Referee says he is, and that will be a free kick. Leicester.
Should have been a yellow, I think. That's what Buonanotte is calling for. Got the better of Udogie, got on the wrong side of him, was running away. That shirt pulled back. It's a yellow card, standard. Should have been.
Yeah, it looks like one of the more classic yellow cards that you would see. Not given by the referee Chris Kavanagh tonight. David Coote is the assistant, the VAR Stockley Park this evening.
He looks good though. Buonanotte.
Ball forward from the free kick, too flat into Vicario. Vestergaard was there. Vicario took it. Not the best ball from Harry Winks. And now Spurs in possession once more with Porro down the right-hand side. Goes down, wants a free kick, not given. I think he ran really into a Bobby Decordova-Reid outstretched leg. So Spurs goal scorer is down, holding his side really.
Yeah, it looked more of a coming together than a foul to me.
He put it out of place, so this will be a Leicester City throw-in. 4 minutes to go until half-time. Again, another dubious throw-in from Victor Christiansen that he gets away with. Hermansen into James Justin. Buonanotte dispossessed, this time trying to take on his back foot, back heel into Maddison by Solanke, edge of the area, cleared away. Here is Sarr on the volley, left-footed, takes a deflection. Leicester players wanting a handball, as do the fans, goes out for a 8th Spurs corner. 1-0, they remain in the lead.
Yeah, just lacking a little bit of quality, Leicester. You can understand why Steve Cooper wants another 2-3 players in at least. I think especially against a team like Spurs, it's going to show, and it has done so far in this opening 42 minutes.
42 minutes on the clock. Maddison corner, his 8th of the game. All 7 before this have been dangerous. This one is into the near post. It's flicked on at the near post by a Spurs man. Still not cleared, and eventually out for another corner. Leicester fans, Leicester players not happy. They thought that should have been goal kick. Instead, it's corner 9 for Spurs. As Maddison waits his way over, this will be whipped in. Right-footed, in swinger, long sleeves by James Maddison. Leicester have everyone back. Pushing and shoving in the area as Maddison whips it, fast heads away. On the penalty spot, picked up by Porro on the right-hand side. Buonanotte over to deal with him, and deals with him really well. Only as far as Bentancur, though, a new doggy. He has to go back to Vicario. But Buonanotte's doing himself no harm, getting himself well acquainted with the Leicester City fans.
Well, he's been Leicester's best player. It's as simple as that. He looks the biggest threat when we go forward. He works hard, he's pressing Spurs, sometimes on his own. He's got a little bit of skill when he comes into him. It looks like he's the kind of player that can make something happen.
Yep.
And 19
years old.
Yep, I like it.
Signed a long-term deal with Brighton before joining Leicester on loan, which shows the kind of promise they clearly have for him at the Amex Stadium. Here is Sarr. Inside the centre circle. Spreads it up to Romero, who finds Maddison on a back foot turn. Plenty of touches before Brennan Johnson has the ball taken off him by Victor Christiansen, eventually put out of play by the former Forest man for a Leicester throw level with the D on the left-hand side. Got 30 seconds of normal time remaining plus added at the end of this the first half. Here is Bentancur. Spurs just recycling the ball with Romero and Mickey van der Ven sitting out this first half, but if they see another opportunity to go and get another, could really damage Leicester's ambition and hope in the second half. 1 minute added on at the end of the first half. Throw in for Spurs on this near side, just over halfway inside Leicester territory. Pedro Porro with the ball in hand. The rain appears to have stopped, the wind has kicked up. Inside King Power Stadium. Here is Ndidi, wins a throw-in. Played 35 seconds of the minute added on. And Leicester, Matt Piper, will they be pretty pleased to go in at the break just 1-0 down at this stage?
I think they'll be absolutely ecstatic. Because as we know, with the possession that Spurs have had, but the chances that they've created and the areas they've got into, and the fact that we haven't had an effort on goal yet. I don't even think we've got into Vicario's 18-yard box.
The half-time whistle goes. Leicester are down 1-0 at the break, and Tottenham are good for their lead. A Pedro Porro header in the 29th minute following a James Maddison cross has given the away side the advantage at the halfway point in this game, and Leicester have an awful lot to do if they want to get themselves, firstly, back in contention, secondly, creating chances, and thirdly, getting themselves the double pivot with Maddison in the 10, Brennan Johnson on the right, Heung-min Song on the left, and Dominic Solanke leading the line for Spurs this evening. And this game pretty much has started where it left off. Tottenham controlling as Sarr plays it around the corner. James Justin does enough to get the right side of Heung-min Song to go back to Hermansen. Now with Justin once more, lifts it down the line. Fatawi does well to bring it down on his chest. Is pulled to the ground by Udogie. No foul, says the referee. Chris Kavanagh is now with Son. 25 yards from the byline. Maddison on the underlap is able to find him. Outside of his right boot, just tries to bend it around James Justin, put out of play. That's going to be a throw-in for Tottenham Hotspur, right in the corner. 2 minutes played in this second half. Leicester down by 1-0.
Well, exactly as you say, Owen. Game started the second half exactly where it sort of finished the first. Tottenham in complete control.
Udogie has just won a free kick off of Abdul Fatawi, 10 yards into the Leicester half, inside left channel. Maddison sprints over to take it, just thinking about where he could put the ball for a second. Instead decides on a square to Sarr in the midfield, who is pulled over by Bobby Decordova-Reid, and that will be another free kick. James Maddison wanders over, but Bentancur has taken it quickly to find Van der Ven as they try and Spurs, and they try and keep the pressure on this Leicester side and keep them chasing, keep waiting for a moment to break. 3 minutes played in the second half. Leicester 0, Tottenham 1.
Must be hard for Steve Cooper. I mean, that's why he's been asking, sort of bored for these new players that he needs. Definitely lack quality in that first half, and the opening encounters of this second half, when we win it back, we just can't seem to keep it.
Now there may be a crossing opportunity here for Johnson, who wins a corner off of Victor Christiansen. Just tried to burst past him. And that is corner number 10 for Tottenham Hotspur. Maddison over to take it. Delivers low, first time short. The referee, Chris Kavanagh, says he wasn't ready. So the corner ball will be taken again. The VAR, just in case they are needed tonight, is David Coote. Much less dramatic impact being had by VAR this season, though, as Porro delivers towards the back post and flicked on by Ndidi. The corner taken short again, exactly the same as what Leicester had just witnessed Spurs do. They didn't react quickly enough, and Spurs just did it again. They were given a dress rehearsal, Pipes, and still didn't see it coming.
Yeah, I mean, we were talking at half-time, saying sometimes the difficulty is...
Oh, what a Cruyff turn that is by Solanke on the byline inside the penalty area. Udogie is able to find Son, now to Pedro Porro. Thought about a strike for a second, and now with Brennan Johnson on the right-hand side. Back with Porro. Twisting, turning around Decordova-Reid. Will he deliver? No. Just pulls it back, waiting for another opportunity to cross here for James Maddison. And then he plays a neat one to Maddison, onto his left foot inside the penalty area, strike at goal, some shots of handball. Decordova-Reid goes down, free kick. 5.5 minutes played in the second half. 1-0 Spurs lead. Go on, Matt Piper.
No, I was just saying, we were talking at half-time, and sometimes, you know, you can get a hangover from playing a season in the Championship. You think everything is done at that pace. You get into the Premier League and sort of gives you a wake-up call. Got to do things quicker, got to close people down quicker, got to get in people's faces because they possess the that's terrible from Hermansen.
Hermansen just launches it down the pitch, straight down the middle to Vicario, who's playing with his slippers on at the moment, the Spurs keeper. Leicester have won it back here though, high with Justin into Buonanotte. Can they punish Spurs here for giving the ball away? Here's Vardy, Decordova-Reid, left-footed strike at goal and deflected and out for a Leicester throw, but that gets King Power Stadium going. The offside flag goes up in the process on Decordova-Reid, but more positive there from Leicester, Matt Piper. 1-0 Spurs lead.
Much more positive, and it's because we did things quickly. It's a lovely ball from Buonanotte. Decordova-Reid just went a little too early on the underlap of Jamie Vardy. Much better though from Leicester.
But it was James Justin who started it all off, got really tight to, I think it was Udogie, just inside the Spurs half, was able to be aggressive, won it back. 52 minutes played. Leicester 1-0 down on the opening day of the season here. The last time the Foxes played Spurs, it was here at King Power Stadium, a 4-1 win in their last Premier League meeting. Leicester have not won consecutive league games against Spurs since the October of 1999. They won 3 in a row in that run. Leicester throw on the left with Christiansen into Decordova-Reid, breaks the line into Wilfred Ndidi. Here is Hermansen, who's being forced to launch it long. We've not seen too much of that. Vardy is able to win his header. Buonanotte brought it under control, and Vardy, I think Matt Piper wanted the first time ball played back in. But here comes Spurs, Solanke against Vestergaard. It's Yannick Vestergaard who wins the ball with an outstanding sliding challenge. 1-0 Spurs lead. Tawu buys a free kick off of referee Chris Kavanagh. Destiny Udogie, the aggressor on that occasion. As Wilfred Ndidi fires a ball back to Mads Hermansen. But we know the Dane can control and play well.
Well, he's finding it really difficult. Hermansen. He's not used to this, is he, kicking the ball long? He sort of gave it away every time. It's like not angled towards any Leicester players. He's just used to last season, obviously keeping it 5-10 yard passes.
He's pulled off a couple of outstanding saves in this game though, Mads Hermansen. Here come Spurs. Solanke's out-muscled by Harry Winks, and Vestergaard can break a line to Tawu. Leicester knocking the ball around a little bit better, but then Buonanotte gives it away. Johnson into Solanke. Vestergaard steps in.
Come on, Reid.
Marshalled Solanke pretty well, Yannick Vestergaard, after he had those couple of early opportunities with headers inside the penalty area. Really got to grips with him then. Here is Mate Sarr into Solanke inside the area. Good strike, good save by Mads Hermansen. On that occasion, he got away from Yannick Vestergaard, did Solanke. One touch to turn, one touch to strike. And it's eventually turned over the bar for another Spurs corner, their 11th of the game.
Yeah, it's a brilliant little flick around the corner from Sarr. Solanke gets away, goes past Vestergaard, and then outside Christiansen and hammers one towards Hermansen's near post. It's quite close to him in the end. It was a good save, though.
Corner taken short by Maddison again to Porro. Here is Son, edge of the area onto his left foot, has to go backwards to Udogie. And he goes backwards to Vicario, the goalkeeper, midway inside his own half in all yellow. Leicester kicking from left to right here. Spurs right to left. And it's down the right-hand side where Maddison picks it up into Son, tries to turn it around the corner. I think he kicked it into his own hand. Referee Chris Kavanagh says play on. Here is Porro, the goal scorer, into the area, goes all the way through. Vestergaard and Solanke both missed it. Decordova-Reid puts it out for a throw. Taken quickly by Sarr into the fullback Udogie on this near side. 55.5 minutes played here at King Power Stadium. Maddison picking it up here inside right channel. Johnson back to Maddison, delivery into the area towards Son. A diving James Justin header clears away, only as far as Pedro Porro and Brennan Johnson on the far side. Maddison into Bentancur inside the area, back to Johnson. Bentancur once more. His strike is saved and caught in the air by Mads Hermansen inside his 6-yard box. Leicester living life on the edge a little here.
They are. I'd seriously consider just telling Ndidi to follow Maddison everywhere. It's good.
It is by Fatawi to find Buonanotte on the right-hand side. Vardy arriving. Ball towards Vardy. Wins his header. Can only lift it back towards the edge of the box and is cleared away by Spurs. Christensen and Johnson having a wrestle down the left-hand side, and it's Leicester who come away with the ball with Ndidi. Now Christensen, delivery low to the area, all the way through. No one could find a touch on it. Picked up by Fatawi towards the back post. Yes! Vardy goal! He might have been away for a season Premier League, but Jamie Vardy's back with his 191st Leicester City goal. He was thought he was unfit tonight, but he's pulled on the shirt for the Foxes, and he's come up with the equaliser. Leicester 1, Spurs 1.
It had to be him. It had to be him. Jamie Vardy. Lovely play from Christensen down the left-hand side. I've been getting after him all pre-season, saying he's not got enough quality in higher areas. This is a wonderful ball. Flashes it through the 6-yard box. Decordova-Reid can't quite get there. It comes to Mataru at the back post, and he spins it right on Jamie Vardy's head. Unmarked, back post, headed down. Vicario no chance. One step closer to that Michael Owen record.
Jamie Vardy, he is him. 58 minutes on the clock, Leicester 1, Spurs 1. And that has lifted King Power Stadium quite a few decibels.
Well, the roof really came off.
And now Spurs look shaky. Can Leicester capitalise? Winks wins a free kick off of, I think, Mickey van der Ven, who came flying in. Right-hand side, Buonanotte and Winks over it. And a chance midway inside Leicester territory, inside Tottenham territory, sorry, to deliver into the penalty area. Whilst they've got the momentum and the fans behind them, Matt Piper.
That one meant so much to Vardy. See it in celebration. Went absolutely crazy.
So Winks and Buonanotte over it. Looks like it's going to be the left-footed Argentine maybe. Winks leaves it. Buonanotte lifts it so far over the crossbar. Not quite sure what he saw there. Goal kick Spurs, 1-1 it remains, just under an hour on the clock.
Well, you've got to say, for 55 minutes of this game, I've never seen it so one-sided at the King Power Stadium. And all of a sudden, put a little move together, a little bit of quality from Christensen one side, Fatawi the other, putting it on the goat's head. He's not going to miss from there.
It's just given them a lift. Amundsen, just on the left-hand side of his penalty area, lifts it forward left-footed. The header is won aggressively, but very well by Christian Romero, another Argentine international, World Cup winner back in 2022. Throw in for the Foxes, just under halfway inside their own half. 29.5 minutes left on the clock. Long ball forward from the throw-in. Eventually Decordova-Reid wins the header, but picked up by Romero. Played back to the goalkeeper Vicario inside the D by Vicky van der Ven. Here is Vicario. 61 minutes played. Lifts it forward, Vestergaard wins a header into the path of Fatawu down the right-hand side. Udogie looked like he got there, and then brings him down inside the penalty area. Leicester want a penalty not given. James Justin in possession, left-footed, low cross, flicked on by Ndidi. Cleared away, Ndidi has it again, dead centre, 25 yards out. Christiansen finds Decordova-Reid on the left. Again, delivery, looking for Vardy. Mickey van der Ven was there. Justin wins his header. Cleared away by Spurs. Christiansen rolls into Brennan Johnson, and Leicester have it back here. Matt Piper, penalty, yes or no?
No.
Free kick, though, given away by James Maddison on Facundo Buonanotte. We may have a chance to see a replay of that.
Yeah, we're yet to see a replay, but in real time, I didn't think it was a penalty.
Here we go, inside the area. The camera angle is inconclusive because just as this is a better angle, clips his studs maybe, but not really loads
way
in it.
Too easy. Should have stayed on his feet, would have had an opportunity of getting a shot off, I think.
Yep.
It's good though. You see the goal from Vardy has given him a little more energy in his legs.
Leicester play the free kick quickly. Fatawu delivers towards the back post. It's to no one. Spurs not communicating effectively, and clear away only as far as Christiansen, who switches to play for Fatawu to have another go on this near side. Fatawu again lifts it high towards the back post. Decordova-Reid able to bring it out of the sky well, and he's able to find Victor Christiansen level with the D. He's tackled out for a Leicester throw. They seem to be building up a little bit of steam here, Matt Piper, a bit of momentum.
Well, that's what happens, you know, when you raise the urgency levels a little bit. I think that's what Leicester did, especially in that 5 minutes for the goal. Couple of big tackles, good ball.
Into Vardy inside the area, he brings it down on his chest, and before he could get the strike away, Christian Romero was able to just get his body in before Vicario recovered. Buonanotte chasing after Sarr, and then Udogie puts it out of play for a throw for Leicester City. Fatawu takes it to Justin down the line, delivers right-footed. It's really high and a little too hard from James Justin. The good connection on the cross, probably too good in the end. Picked up by Decordova-Reid on the left.
Oh, that's poor.
It is by Harry Winks this time, giving it away, trying to break a line. Solanke coming forward. Winks getting around him as is Christiansen, jumps in. Solanke beats him down the right-hand side. Maddison, Johnson and Son in the area. It's now with Maddison on the edge of the box. Miscontrol, and now here comes Wilfred Ndidi. He's got Vardy and Buonanotte with him. Goes down, wants a free kick, gets it off of Bentancur.
It's got to be a yellow card, surely.
It is the first yellow card of the game for Rodrigo Bentancur.
They've all just got a little more energy. Oh, this is good.
Buonanotte unable to bring it under control as the ball was played into a good area for him. James Justin able to keep possession just by a diving header. Fatawu hooks it round the corner. Porro knocks it out of play, but Leicester are not allowing Spurs now to keep control of this game, and they're creating it into a battle.
Yeah, that's what they've turned it into. Sort of was that, I can't remember, was it a big challenge in our area? Something just lit the torch paper, and then for 3 or 4 minutes we're really on the front foot. Tottenham look unsettled for the first time in the match, and then we get the goal.
And that's Bentancur fouling Facundo Buonanotte. He's already got a yellow card, Bentancur, and I'm not sure how many chances he might get from Chris Kavanagh before the second one comes out of the pocket. He's down a chance already for that foul and pull back on Buonanotte. Vestergaard lifts it over the top. It's a good ball looking for Vardy. Just didn't quite fall for him. Romero was across to get it back. Here is Mickey van der Ven, has to find Udogie, who looks a little lost in this game, and Buonanotte wins a throw-in. Brilliant play by Facundo Buonanotte. Takes a throw-in quickly into Justin, lifts it into the area. Will Ndidi get there ahead of Romero? He pulls him down. That's going to be a goal kick in the end. 1-1 it remains. 66 on the clock.
So much better. So much better. I've got to tell you, I wasn't expecting this at half-time. I think Jack posed the question, what are you thinking for the second half? I couldn't see a way back into the game from what we had witnessed in the first half, but turn it into a bit of a battle, get the crowd on side, get Spurs rattled. All of a sudden we look a threat again.
Vestergaard steps in front of Solanke with his studs to find Buonanotte. His pass is slightly behind Decordova-Reid, but he finds the Argentine once more. Now on the right-hand side is Fatawu. Underlapping run is Ndidi. He tries a strike first time instead of pulling it back for Vardy and Decordova-Reid, and it hits the side netting. 1-1.
Wow, that's frustrating from Ndidi. Made a couple of poor decisions tonight. That probably being the worst of them. Trying to shoot from that angle with pressure on the ball, there's no chance he's scoring the near post past Vicario there. He's got to flash that across the box. Decordova-Reid and Vardy both waiting.
Maddison, does he give it away here? He does, and it's picked up by Buonanotte. And Ndidi and Decordova-Reid unable to capitalise on the loose touch, and now here comes Spurs with Brennan Johnson, corner of the box, right-hand side, tries to deliver. Victor Christiansen match him stride for stride and block the cross. Out for a throw level with the 6-yard box for Spurs, taken quickly by Johnson into Pedro Porro. Now Bentancur, inside right channel, 25 yards from Mads Hermansen's goal. 67.5 on the clock. Here's Leicester City 1. Tottenham Hotspur 1 here on BBC Radio Leicester Sport.
He's ready to make 4 changes, I think, Postecoglou.
Yep. Plenty of new faces coming into this game. Archie Gray, one of them.
Yeah, he's not happy with the last 20 minutes.
We'll get those changes, I think, next time the ball goes out. One of the bibs is coming back on, but Kulusevski's down there. Archie Gray, another, and Lucas Bergvall, another. So we're getting at least 3. Here is Jamie Vardy, lays it off for Buonanotte. It's a good tackle in the middle by Pedro Porro, but Buonanotte does enough to find Harry Winks, who bursts over the halfway line. Now in Abdul Fatawi, right-hand side. Oh, it's an outside of a left foot curling ball to try and find Jamie Vardy. Good idea, just not quite enough bend or angle on it from Fatawi. 1-1. It is going to be 4 changes. We're also going to see Timo Werner, the German striker, introduced to the action, along with Archie Gray, Kulusevski and Bergvall.
Yeah, I think he's going to have to counter these changes. That's a lot of energy coming onto the pitch for Spurs. These Leicester players are already sapped their energy stores.
And they are going to react. Bouba Soumaré and Stefi Mavididi will be introduced. The Spurs still have possession. Maddison, great ball into Son inside the area. Mads Hermansen comes across, and Mads Hermansen takes. Bowls it out to Harry Winks. Inside right channel, finds Fatawu. On the right wing, back with Winks. Exactly the same position where he dropped it off. Breaks the line brilliantly.
Wow, that's superb.
Great play by Harry Winks to find Decordova-Reid. Now Christiansen has it left-hand side. Vardy made the run down the line. Christiansen opts to step inside with the ball. Great ball from Fars into Winks. Buonanotte into Winks.
Give it in.
Now Decordova-Reid. Now Vardy. Jamie Vardy saved by Vicario. It's a brilliant save down to his left-hand side. Just scooped it out of the net almost with his left paw. 70 minutes played. 1-1.
Well, where has this football been all summer? That's the only question I could think. I'll tell you what as well, Christiansen, especially the second half, but I think he did all right in the first half as well, up against Brennan Johnson. He's really impressed me as well. I really thought the net was going to bulge then. Vardy running through behind the back line. He's frustrated with himself, probably knows he should have scored.
A 12th Spurs corner here with 19.5 minutes to play. Maddison from the right-hand side will deliver, right-footed. Porro has come short again. Maddison this time opts to deliver inside to the area. Flicked on at the near post. Decordova brings it down. Some shouts of handball into Buonanotte, but there's been a serious injury in there. I think it's Rodrigo Bentancur.
Yeah, he's knocked out, I think.
All the players,
yeah, he's not moved.
Leicester and Spurs, just stopped immediately. The referee, Chris Kavanagh.
Yeah, I think he's lost consciousness.
Brennan Johnson is urging medical grounds onto the pitch. The stretcher is being ready. If you remember rightly, Pipes, a couple of seasons ago, Rodrigo Bentancur did his ACL at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium against Leicester.
Yeah, he's had a couple of bad injuries over the years, Bentancur. He's not been lucky with injuries. I remember he did it here as well, I think.
Yeah, possibly.
I think he did a bad one here. I don't know if that was hamstring or it was a bad one.
Yes,
though.
I do remember that was in the 4-1 win here for Leicester in that season.
Yeah, that was a bad one because he was out for months. This is not good though, because there's paramedics on there, the doctor went running on, the physios are on there, all the players are crowding round. Let's hope he's okay.
So we've got 72 minutes on the clock. It is Leicester City 1, Tottenham Hotspur 1, but all the attention right now is on Rodrigo Bentancur. I think it was a collision with Abdul Fatawi, who seems to be pretty upset, really. I think he's getting some attention to the back of his head. Maybe a collision of heads in there. We've not seen a replay of exactly what happened, but there were so many bodies.
Yeah, I think it's one of them incidents that's that bad. I don't think they show you a replay, do they? No,
Jamie Vardy and Wout Faes consoling Abdul Fatawi. And it does give Leicester City a chance, and Spurs a chance, to take on some fluids in this game, whilst Bentancur receives the best treatment he can. But actually, from a game perspective, Matt Piper, Steve Cooper will be really disappointed in this, because this could take that sting, that momentum out of the game.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I have to say it, you know, because we don't want the people who are listening at home or in their cars to think we're lying to them in that first half. Leicester were awful. And the way they started the second half, Tottenham were completely controlling it. Then all of a sudden, I can't remember what the sort of torch paper was. I don't know if it was a big tackle, I don't know if it was a save from Hermansen. Something did it, I recall. And then for 3 or 4 minutes, we really sort of rolled our sleeves up and we're up for the battle. And then Vardy gets the goal. Brilliant bit of quality from Christensen one side and Fatawi the other with the assist. The goat nods it home, and then all of a sudden the crowd are back on side. There's more energy in the performance, there's more urgency, there's more fight, and that's what was missing for the first sort of 55 minutes. And since then, I think we've been the better team.
I think you're probably right, Matt Piper. So 74.5 minutes played now. We're going to be getting some serious additional time at the end of this game. Steve Cooper talking with Abdul Fatawi here. And I think he's pointing at the fullback, Destiny Udogie, who you would expect not too far away from a yellow card as well. Now, though, Matt Piper gives us a good break in play to talk about things that are not happening on the pitch tonight, and that includes Leicester City's transfer window. Oliver Skipp arrived at the football club today for a fee in excess of £20 million. We spoke a little bit with Jack about it pre-match. A good player, a very, very good player in his position, and will add a lot of strength and depth to this Leicester City squad. But is it the player they need right now?
Listen, a player like him is always welcome, especially, you know, in a team like Leicester that have come up from the Championship, do lack a little bit of quality in most areas of the pitch. I think we can all agree we do need that added quality and that, you know, that more strength in depth. So from that point of view, I think it's a good signing. Was he a priority signing? at the minute. I don't think he was. I would have liked to have seen us go out and get that striker we very much need. But listen, I'm happy. I've liked Skip over the years. One thing that he's probably better than what we've currently got at the minute is when he wins it deep, he can drive with it and he will move forward at pace. Indeed, he doesn't seem to do that too well, and Winks doesn't really do it at all. He sort of holds his position in that sort of 6 double pivot position, and Skip will get you up the pitch, and he doesn't always have to pass the ball to be able to achieve that, because he will move with it. He can cover the ground. He's good out of possession of the ball. So listen, he's a welcome signing. I just, I was really hoping that the first one that sort of comes through the door in this second period of that sort of pre-season was a striker.
He's 23 years old, Pipes, made 106 appearances for Spurs' first team, and actually for a side coming back into the Premier League which just have some players in there that don't have too much Premier League experience or no Premier League experience at all, he could add some real, even at 23 years old, some real know-how to this group of players.
Yeah, and the reason why I'm excited about him, I know he's played 106 times. Most of those are substitute appearances. He hasn't really held a position down in the team, because obviously Spurs are littered with quality. Now, what can happen with a player like that? You come somewhere like Leicester, you force yourself into the first 11, you play regular football, and then your ceiling goes up of what everyone thought you would be able to achieve. You can go to that next level. Think of someone like Muzzy Izzet. At Chelsea, he's always thought of as a good player when he, when he signs for Leicester, but he wasn't playing regular football. As soon as he did, his ceiling went to that new level, and I think Skip could be a player like that.
So here come the changes for Leicester City. For Tottenham Hotspur. So the 4 changes: off go Rodrigo Bentancur, Brennan Johnson, Pape Sarr and James Maddison, who applauds all 4 stands. On come Timo Werner, Dejan Kulusevski, Archie Gray and Lucas Bergwijn. The changes for Leicester City: off go Jamie Vardy, who gets a standing ovation. He's replaced by Steffi Mavididi. And off goes Facundo Buonanotte. He is replaced by Buba Sumare.
Well, Vardy and Romero just having words down in the centre circle. As Vardy leaves, he turns to the Tottenham fans and was making all sorts of gestures. Romero took exception to it, told him to leave the pitch a little quicker. So Vardy naturally went back at Romero.
You just wouldn't expect anything less, would you?
From either of them. That'd be a good fight between those two. Tom Cannon currently sitting on the bench with custard in his face. He must be absolutely gutted.
Well, it's interesting because you see the comments from Steve Cooper pre-match. Jamie Vardy wasn't comfortable with there being no striker at the club, and Tom Cannon is sat there fit, having made his Ireland debut this summer and barely got a sniff in pre-season.
I mean, unless there's something that we don't know, we've not been told. There are certain players, not just young players, experienced players as well, that go away and sort of eat what they want, drink what they want over the summer and come back not fit. If that's the case, then I understand it, but the managers should look. Mavadidi's not a 9. He's just not.
Yeah, he's leading the line, Steffi Mavididi, for Leicester City. Brought it under control, but it's back to goal play, isn't it? As long ball into Dominic Solanke, who ran in behind Leicester's defence there. Is defended well by Yannick Vestergaard, out for a throw-in. We've got 9.5 minutes to play, but there's going to be some serious added on time here at King Power Stadium tonight on match day 1, where it remains Leicester City 1, Tottenham Hotspur 1. Pedro Porro in the first half, Jamie Vardy in the second has levelled things up here and could be sending Leicester onto an important point to start the season. Remember, the Foxes will travel to take on Fulham on Saturday. Game you can hear live on BBC Radio Leicester. The former Foxes striker Matty Fryatt joining us on commentary duty in the capital on Saturday at Craven Cottage. Big shouts of handball not given, and Didi able to flick it away. Mavididi flicks it over Romero, who does well to get back in, and there may well be a VAR check. Referee says play on.
Yeah, nothing doing. It's just those Tottenham fans over in the corner getting a little excited.
No official check in the end, as Fast intercepts on the edge of his area, and Didi gives it away. Here is Archie Gray in the midfield. Of course, scored that deflected goal for Leeds United at Ellen Road towards the back end of last season. Came off of, I think it was Wout Fast's thigh on that occasion. Sent Ellen Road wild as they picked up 3 points against Leicester City. Ball into the area, looking for Kulusevski, headed into the air by Vestergaard, picked up by Son inside the penalty area. Shouts of handball against Destiny Udogie. Here is Archie Gray with Mickey van der Ven. It's probably Archie Gray's arrival, Pipes, that means that Oliver Skipp was allowed to leave Spurs this summer. Here is Kulusevski, back heel, maybe a striker goal here. Solanke, back to goal, twisting, turning. Kulusevski in towards Son at the back post, but James Justin scarpers across, is able to flick out a leg and put it behind for another corner. Spurs 13th of the game, 1-1.
Well, it actually helped us. Spurs were trying to walk it in. There was 3 or 4 opportunities there. Someone could have pulled the trigger. No one did, thankfully.
Bergwijn takes the corner. Right-footed in-swinger from the left. It's flicked on by Vestergaard and Fast, I think, in there. Picked up by Decordova-Reid right in front of the Spurs fans here at King Power Stadium. He just launches it long. 1-1 with 7 minutes remaining of normal time.
Here comes Casey McAteer, I think.
He will provide some much-needed legs.
Yeah, I think, you know, Spurs have regained control of the game since the injury to Bentancur, and you want a speed merchant at the top end of the pitch. You want to defend deep and try and play it out towards him, see if you can hit Spurs on the transition.
Destiny Udogie's picked this up here, dead centre, back to goal, and now finds Son inside the penalty area. Son into Kulusevski, pulls it across. Will there be a strike here? Bergwijn right-footed, it's deflected by Fast, and Hermansen able to gather on the byline to the left of his goal. 1-1. 6 minutes to play of normal time.
And then 10 or so.
Yeah.
I would imagine.
Yeah, 10, 11, 12 at this stage. If you are just joining us, it is 1-1 between Leicester City and Tottenham Hotspur on the opening day of the Premier League season here on BBC Radio Leicester Sport. But there was a significant injury, a clash of heads, I think, between Abdul Fatawu and Rodrigo Bentancur that caused the Spurs player to have a serious problem. As Fatawu's fouled here by Archie Gray, and that's going to be a free kick. Steve Cooper has his hands out to Bouba Soumaré, waving them around, saying, don't take the free kick, just wait. I think he wants as much time as possible to be killed here, Matt Piper.
Yeah, I thought he wanted the sub doing. I think he does. That's
here
what
comes
he was
the
waiting
change.
For.
Off goes Bobby Decordova-Reid. On comes Casey McAteer. How has Bobby Decordova-Reid done today, Matt Piper?
Well, normally you look around the crowd and a few standing ovations for him. Listen, I think he's worked hard. I don't think he's shown, you know, the kind of quality that he possesses tonight, but maybe needs a little more time. But he did okay, I think.
Free kick Leicester. McAteer on for Decordova-Reid. That's the voice of former Foxes winger Matt Piper joining us on commentary duty tonight with 5 minutes of normal time remaining. Free kick Leicester, wide right, just over halfway inside Tottenham territory. Winks towards the back post, heads go off. Is that a case of McAteer header? Hits the roof of the net. Vicario wasn't sure for a second. 1-1 it remains, 4.5 to go.
Well, it was looping, wasn't it? Vicario was worried.
Oh, it's really not too far over the bar. Here comes Spurs down the right-hand side, delivery into the area. Fast able to pass it away. It's going to be picked up on that far side by Timo Werner. And now with Porro in towards the penalty area. Brilliant bit of play here by Werner, pulls it across. So that was Kulusevski who got it off Werner. Bergvall. Oh, good play by Casey McAteer. His pace doing just enough to take it away from Dejan Kulusevski. 3.5 to go. Here is Mickey van der Ven, steps into the midfield. Bergvall, now Pedro Porro, steps in onto his left foot, 25 yards out. Porro's gone down, here's Bergvall. Mavididi waiting to see if he can intercept a pass. Romero. Here is Bergvall once more. Edge of the box is Kulusevski, spreads it to Son in all sorts of space on the left-hand side, and there's James Justin across. Marshalled in brilliantly, Son. Dinks it down the line. Can Bouba Soumaré create something here? No, gives it away. Mickey van der Ven coming forward. Half thought about a strike. Fouled by Bouba Soumaré, but referee says play on. Abdel Fattah, good feet, did too much. Gives it away.
Wow, how on earth that wasn't a foul, I'll never know. Soumaré literally launched him.
Spurs pushing for a winner. Leicester holding on. Here is Son, left-hand side, corner of the box. Steps into the middle to Udogie, gets it back. His pass is intercepted, and Leicester between Fatawu and Didi, and James Justin able to get it clear. Bergvall over to take the throw-in. Will take it quickly to Udogie, who just chests it back to Bergvall. 15 on his chest. Swedish international spreads the play to Romero. Here is Kulusevski. Oh, he misses the ball. Polo for a boot from Kulusevski. Mavididi steps over it. Ndidi's made the run inside if he can find him. Here's McAteer, back to Mavididi down the left-hand side. Corner of the box. Ndidi waiting for it into the middle. Mayford to Soumaré, cleared away by Spurs and Archie Gray. He's able to carry it to Bergvall.
Well, that was outstanding from Mavididi and Christensen down that left-hand side. Plenty of skill, plenty of energy.
Richarlison is readying himself. Hamza Chowdhury sent to warm up. 88.5 played here on BBC Radio Leicester Sport. It is Leicester City 1, Tottenham Hotspur 1 on the opening day of the season. At half-time, Matt Piper, if I'd offered you a point, I know you would have gone for it. Maybe shortly after the goal, you might have gone for you might not have taken it. Right now?
No, I take it. I really would. I still hold the belief that I think our squad's lacking a little bit of quality, and I think it's been a magnificent turnaround in the second half. I think we've had to roll our sleeves up, dig deep, show them battling qualities. But that's what you have to do when you lack a little bit of quality. You've got to find that somewhere else.
Winks gives it away to Kulusevski. Brilliant recovery challenge by Abdel Fattah, who's able to find Casey McAteer. He's out on his feet, Fattah, at the minute. Long ball looped forward by Fast. Mavididi leans into Romero, lets the ball bounce. Pedro Porro brings it under control. Ball back to Vicario. 15 seconds of normal time remaining. Richarlison about to enter the action, as is Jed Spence, another of Cooper's former Forest men.
Yeah, he's rolling all the dice now. Postecoglou. What's that, 6 substitutes he's got on?
9 minutes added on at the end of the first half. Of this game. Yeah, it will be a 6th, because it was Bentancur was a concussion substitution, so an extra sub is allowed for both sides. Yeah. Can Leicester win this back here? They can with Mavididi breaking into the area. Soumaré waiting for it. Mavididi stops on the ball, delivers in towards Ndidi, header! Pushed round the post by Vicario. A Leicester corner. It's going to be their first of the game. And Ndidi almost found the back of the net.
I thought he was way too far out to try and score with a header from there, but in the end it turns out to be the right choice. Skids off the grass, gets it right in the corner. Vicario gets down low to his left. It's a really good save. Goes with both hands and pushes it away for the corner.
2 Spurs changes. Off goes Pedro Porro for Jed Spence. Off goes Son. On comes Richarlison. Here comes the Leicester corner then, their first of the game, in the 92nd minute. We've played 1.5 of the 9 added on so far. Winks over to take it in front of the Kop, short sleeves, 8 on his back, raises his left arm. This will be a right-footed delivery, outswinger. Leicester have all the big guns forward into the near post, put behind by Richarlison, out for Leicester's second corner of the game.
Well, Winks took it. It looked like a poor corner, but he's absolutely going crazy at one of his teammates inside the penalty area. So I think whatever signal he gave, it meant run to the near post, and no one did.
Here is Winks then for a second corner. Left arm in the air again. Winks in towards the edge of the 6-yard box. Goes all the way through. James Justin on the volley and is blocked away. Justin raspers after it. He's able to find it and does. Back to Victor Christiansen, who hooks it first time round the corner.
Good ball, that is.
Udogie has to head it behind for a Leicester throw-in. It was a bit of a punt of a ball, really, from Victor Christiansen.
Yeah. I think it had a little bit of intelligence to it, to be honest. He knew that obviously the corner taker was still over there. Tried to whip it round the back without looking. I thought it was a clever ball.
Fast into Fatawu, all rolled it through the legs of Udogie, just took a nick on its way through. And with Kulusevski, they're able to gather. Here is Archie Gray into Udogie, left back position here for Spurs. Kulusevski in possession, now with Richarlison. Tackled by James Justin, out for a throw for Spurs, 5 yards into Leicester's half.
I can't quite believe the turnaround in this team that we've seen in this second half.
And the fans are responding in kind, Matt Piper.
Yeah.
They just have to see this out as Timo Werner and Christiansen race against each other. Kept in here. Can be picked up on the right-hand side by Jed Spence. Here is Romero. Bergwijn is intercepted only as far as Archie Gray goes fast his clearance inside right channel. His pass is deflected by McAteer into Kulusevski, 25 yards out, dead centre. Back to Bergwijn and Archie Gray. Udogie into Bergwijn with a bouncing pass. Soumare not really racing after him what he should be. McAteer doing the important work. Tackles well and hooks it down the line left-footed. 94 minutes on the clock.
Well, I tell you what, Buba Soumare's not done anything to have Steve Cooper think of him for the next few games. I don't think he's looked really lazy since coming on. Whereas Mavididi, on the other hand, I think has already played himself into the team for Fulham at the weekend.
He's done well, Stefan Mavididi, since coming on. As Yannick Vestergaard wins the goal kick. Slide tackle against Dominic Solanke, right on the byline. Goal kick Leicester. 4.5 minutes of the 9 played at the end of this game so far. Another 4.5 to go. But it remains Leicester 1, Tottenham Hotspur 1.
Steve Cooper's calling for more from the crowd, throwing his hands in the air.
Hermansen lifts the goal kick forward towards Mavididi, goes up, tries to win his header, but Romero comes away with it. Down the right-hand side, Spurs trying to create a bit of momentum here. Solanke plays the ball through, Hermansen quick off his line, able to get it away before German international Timo Werner was able to get there.
Been good at that all night. Hermansen, quick off his line, sharp, knows when to come, knows when to stay.
Yeah, he's done well.
What is this? Hermansen kicking balls out of his hand.
Flat kick as well.
No, I think it's the right thing to do. I mean, Spurs have won it back already, but at least they're 90 yards away from your goal.
Nearly 96 minutes played. Shouts have come on Leicester inside King Power Stadium. They want to grind this out. Tottenham searching for a winner.
Well done,
Kulusevski fouls James Justin, and Pipes, you could see exactly what was happening there. Just explain it for those.
Well, he went early. He's seen the run of Kulusevski. Listen, he's quick, as is James Justin, but he just sort of ran towards Kulusevski to block off the run rather than towards the ball. Took the pressure in the back and went down. What a vital free kick for his team.
Hermanson free kick just puts out a play for a throw-in on this near side, midway in the Spurs half.
Yeah, he's made some good saves, he's been good off his line, but his distribution tonight, especially the longer balls, have been poor.
Here is Richarlison. Has to go backwards under pressure by Ndidi, halfway line. To Romero and Mickey van der Ven.
Now Samara is just a passenger at the minute. Yeah, he's not even sprinting.
No. Here's Jed Spence, inside right channel, 30 yards out into Archie Gray. Spurs probing Leicester, desperate for a winner. The London side. Solanke into Jed Spence, is tackled outstandingly by Wout Faes on the edge of his 18-yard box, out for a throw-in. Can Leicester pick something up here? They can. And Ndidi twisting, turning on the board as well to find McAteer into Bouba Soumaré. McAteer, does he win it back here? That's a heavy challenge by Archie Gray, but no free kick, says the referee. Kulusevski is brought down by Wout Faes, gets back to his feet. Victor Christiansen was trying to get back there as well. Kulusevski was initially given advantage, but then referee Chris Kavanagh brought it back.
Wout Faes is trying to hide from the referee. It's a yellow card all day long. He'll find you, Walt, with a haircut like that, buddy.
Yellow card for Wout Faes for bringing down Kulusevski. So Spurs in the 99th minute, 45 seconds of added time remaining, have an opportunity to load the box here, clear this away, and then have taken a huge step towards grabbing a point on the opening day. Bergvall over it, the Swedish international. Signed this summer for £10 million. Will deliver this right-footed, level with the edge of the 18-yard box, into the area, headed by Richarlison over the bar. Free header at the near post, Richarlison over the bar. Might that have just secured a point for Leicester on the opening day? Leicester 1, Spurs 1. We've played the 99. Goal kick, Leicester.
Well, we live in hope for that point, because Richarlison should have scored. Ball was right on his head within the 6-yard box. No one with him. Free header really at goal. Bluffed his lines, thank goodness.
Hermanson will take this goal kick right-footed. And the full-time whistle blows. Leicester City fans celebrate a point against Tottenham Hotspur on the opening day, and they really, really ground it out. Tottenham much the better side in the first half, but Leicester made it into a battle. They showed heart, they showed desire, courage, and of course, it was Jamie Vardy who came up with the equaliser in the 57th minute after a Pedro Porro opener in the first half to grab